Hello YouTube and YouTube subscribers. Today we're going to be doing a video on the neon tetra, also known as Paracheirodon innesi. I probably pronounced that wrong like I always do. But anyway, let's just get down to the important facts. Now, the neon tetra prefers slightly acidic to neutral water. The water that you keep your neons in should also be soft to slightly hard. This is a small fish. They usually grow to usually from about 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch, even though there are said to be neons that are close to 1.5 inches or so. But normally you always see neons that are basically just 1 inch in length. Neon tetra is a shoaling fish. The bigger your tank you have, the more neons you'd want to keep. So for example, if I had a 10-gallon tank and I wanted a simple community, for a shoaler I'd use 6 neons as the main shoal. But then 20-gallon tank I would increase that, say, to 10 or maybe even 15. Then a 50-gallon tank you can start having very large shoals, like say 40 or so neons. This is a very popular aquarium fish, and it is so because it's not particularly too difficult of a fish, in my opinion. I haven't kept neons in about 10 years though, but I did not think they were difficult. But they do have a few running health problems I did notice. One of those is bloat. If you, for example, miss a water change, and if you have some declines in water quality, what will happen is your neons, they'll swell up with water. Well, actually, I meant to say fluid buildup, not bloat. They'll develop fluid buildup, and their bodies will basically bloat up. And to get rid of that, usually you just have to correct the water parameters, or you can actually add a bit of salt to your water. That'll help them to excrete the excess fluid they have stored in their body. And another thing you can issue is them having this neon tetra disease. And in that, the fish seems to basically lose color. Its body around this area seems to turn kind of whitish. And once you got neon tetra disease in your neon tetras, that means they're done. Euthanize them. Don't bother treating them. It's internal bacteria, and you can't really do anything about it. So I'm going to first start off that while this is a good fish for early fish keepers, it's not a beginner fish. This is a fish you want to add to your tank that's about 1 year or so mature. So after about a year or so, this would be a good fish to transition into. For a good star shoaler, for example, for a new aquarium, I'd recommend something like zebra danos instead of neons. Another thing to know about them is they have a pretty long lifespan. Despite their tiny size, they can actually live for about 10 years. And I've had neons live for 6 years also, even when I was less experienced. So now I'm pretty sure that with some training and, well, the training I've done to myself and all the basically the fact that I'm better at managing my water than I was 10 years ago, I bet I could probably keep neons for a long healthy time too. So they do have that long lifespan. You want to keep that in mind, 10 years, which is quite exceptional for a fish of this size. Another thing is this is a general community fish. It does great in community tanks with other peaceful fish, but neon tetra is unfortunately probably the aquarium fish that is most accidentally eaten by other fish. Now, I would say common eaters of neons that are pretty popular would be stuff such as pictus catfish, obviously, angelfish, paradise fish. Small neons probably also end up getting eaten by bays. That's another thing I keep hearing reports about that. My bay ate my neons. It's a pretty common trend on Google and stuff like that. So you keep them with other fish as long as your fish simply cannot eat them. I recommend that this fish goes pretty well with stuff such as scarlet bass. If you want to keep scarlet bass with neons in a small community tank, they work out fairly well. Cherry shrimp also work pretty well. They work well with most other small South American tetras, small barbs. Small dwarf cichlids can work. Make sure dwarf cichlids aren't too big though, or I'll still end up munching on your neons too. Dwarf grammies work. I'd avoid spotted grammies since they'll eat your neons. I've seen pearl grammies kept with neon tetras, but I'm not sure if a full size like 4-inch pearl grammy would go too well with neon. Also, and I'll have more information about keeping stuff like that in the slides that follow the video also. So I'm just going to say that this fish is easy to keep and everything. Everything will be explained in the slides preceding my video. Sorry for taking so long to do this, because I did have a video made about this fish and I ended up losing it. So thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. I hope the information I provide in the coming slides help you take care and raise one of the true jewels of the aquarium, the Neon Tetra.